Okay, silly errors that brought the last video to an abrupt end. In the WinH file I needed to add a W in front of the title on there, and I also had these three items here were done without the underscore at the end. It was really just simple mistakes that messed it up. So anyhow, that put that right, so it cleared the error there. Had to have a W on that one as well. We're using W string to create those bits. So the next bit of this was then going to be the process events bit. So this is going to be in here. We're going to do message, and then we want a while loop. Nope, not with a capital. And this is going to be peak message. No idea why that put a second one of them in there. Peak message. This is because we need to be able to know whether keys are being pressed and whether the window's being moved, whether the buttons are being clicked. And so on. And the last one is PM remove. Okay, then we need an if. Oh yeah, that'll do. Oh, except it didn't do it. Never mind. Message. Dot. Message. WM quit. Then close equals true. Now, that all seems to have gone pear-shaped there for some reason. That's better. Close equals true. And then we'll return return false. Okay, tidy that a tiny bit, and then we need to, underneath that we need to do translate message, message with a reference to message, and then we want dispatch message, which is, that's correct as well. Okay, and then we need to under there, instead of returning that, we're returning close. Underscore like so. So that should put that right. Like dispatch message. I think sometimes my compiler has a bit of a funny moment and it doesn't always display things the way I expect it to display it. I had a session the other day where it was underlining everything as if it was an error, but there wasn't any errors. It just underlined everything. That returns close. And then the next one we jump to is this one, which doesn't return that, it returns HWND underscore like so, and then we get to the last one. Now this is quite a biggie. So this one is going to take me 10 minutes, but hopefully once we've done this one we can crack on and see if we can actually get a window to load. Self equals null pointer, yeah, that's correct. I can go with that one, and then we need to do to check for the messages. That's correct. Create, yep, iProms, yep, and then self, yep, yep. Oh, perhaps it's not going to take as long to type it as I thought it was going to. Else self interpreter cast. Right, that's all good. And then we need to do a tiny bit of space there. The next part of it is we need to do if. Oh, where'd it go? Where'd it vanish up there? Self. Oh, the hell's it gone there? Keeps vanishing off screen. Sorry about that. No, that's because Copilot wants to fill it all in, but Copilot's not going to fill it in the same way as I did it. So we're going to do a switch. Message. And this will be I'm going to say many times before I could spell it, it'd be dangerous. So in here, let's make a tiny little bit of room, undo case. WM close. And this will be self. close equals true. It was doing so well. So we want to do post quit message. Yep. And return 0. That's that one done. So then after that we need to go case MW key down so we can get the keyboard input. That then has iframs ek escape, close, post, quit message and return. Yeah, that'll go. I can live with that, with the exception that mine is done slightly differently to that. And after that we break no, wrong one. We're going to go do one more because we're going to resize the window. We want to be able to resize the window as well. Case size int w equals. Yep, we got that one. Yeah, that one's correct as well. I do like Copilot. It does it does have its moments. It can also really mess you up if you're a beginner like me, because it can offer you things that you've got no idea. Yep, that'll do. Be better if I spell it right. Yeah, that one will do. We'll have a bit of that. And we now need to do if ourselves on resize. Yep, we'll have a bit of that too. And then we need to return after that actually I did mine in line, which seemed to be I'm going to do it again, because if I follow along to the one that I've already pre-done and got working, there's a much better chance of it actually working here. So I'm going to carry on doing it to that idea because it was bloody hard enough the first time without trying to reinvent the wheel. So that gets us to there. Let's clean that up a little bit. Don't need all that space. And then, okay. I'm missing something. Something's not quite right. What have I done wrong? Done something wrong. because it's WM. Idiot. That may well be causing some of the problem. And that comes down to there, that it breaks there. Do a little gap there so it keeps it all neat and tidy. I don't know why, but for some reason this has a going quiet there because this has, which is I'm not quite sure why this has a can't remember why that had a bracket around it. But it did for some reason, size 1. And then it returns, we need to return the default window proc. Nope, let's get rid of that, that's all seems to have gone. Why does it keep reverting back to the wrong thing? That makes no sense at all. Nope, that's me. It's all on me. Okay, that should be that. Okay. No red squiggly lines, says no issues found. I'll bet there is somewhere. I never do it so as it works first time. And then basically we should be able to go to, let's have a quick save up. We should be able to go to our main file now, and in our main file we should be able to simply we call our hello bit. We should then be able to go under here and go something like that. And we should then be able to do a while loop. We're going to need a while loop because we're going to need to be able to loop through and let the thing know that it's doing what it should do. So that's, yep, window should close, process the events, and then any other bits and pieces go in there. And then under that we're just going to put in the end there and yeah, I think that message it's got there somewhere handy. That'll do us. I don't need any more than that. Return 0 and any bets on how many errors we get with that. There's bound to be one. There's always one. There's always something I forget to do or overlook or spell wrong. It's usually spelt wrong is my worst enemy. Okay, what happened there? Let's pull the old error thing up, see if it's giving us any hints. Okay, let's have a view of that. Then what have I done wrong there? So that's in this one. Let's scroll up to that and see what that's exactly what I've got in my original version, both of those. And I've done something further up that's making it a mess. Not that I can see. Okay, because I don't edit these videos and I just put them up as I record them, I'm going to end the video there and I'll find out what the error is, and then when I start the next video I'll point out what error I've made and how I fixed it. I nearly got excited there because the the console window opened. I thought we were on a winner there for a minute, but anyhow, thanks for watching if you did.